name is Ibrahim Benbako, and this is Prime Morning. We're just about delving into what is making the head stories in the newspapers. But please, you are welcome to join us via Zoom. The Zoom link is just there. So you need to give us your undivided attention because you are also going to share your thoughts on all the top headlines on the front page of all the newspapers. So I have the ABC News here. I have the Finder, Times, Daily Graphic, and Daily Guide. Well, my pick to begin with, will be the Daily Graphic. Now, if we look at the front page of the Daily Graphic, it says Reform UN Security Council. This is coming from President of the Republic of Ghana, President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Graphic digitalizes achieves 70 years national record documented. At least we have some documentations over there. So all the 70 years that they've been in existence, they have their documentations recorded and well done. That is the Daily Graphic. Also on the front page, every eligible voter will be captured. This is coming from ET Chairs as they give some assurity over there. And prioritize national interest, Dr. Abu Sakara. And when we look at the back page of the Daily Graphic, Intertech introduces chemical-free minerals testing technology. That is, Intertech introduces chemical-free mineral testing technologies. Now, my interest here is Reform UN Security Council by President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, and that is on the page 13 of the Daily Graphic. Yes. Now let's check what the story is saying before we move on to the next paper. So it says here that President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has called for immediate reform of the Security Council of the United Nations to conform to present trends. He said, after serving on the council at the difficult times in the world, our view on the need to reform have been even more strongly reasserted. The president, who was speaking at the 78th session of the UN General Assembly in New York in the USA last Wednesday, said it was long overdue to correct the long-standing injustice that the current structure and composition of the UN Security Council represent for the nations of Africa. Okay, I wonder it is my interest. So that is what the president, that is the speech he gave at the UN that was just last Wednesday. Now let's get into the Daily Guide. Now, Daily Guide on the front page, 49 illegal protesters grabbed. Okay, I'm sure today, this one we'll get into that. I have no beef with Bawumia. This is coming from Kennedy Ejapon. MPP welcomes Adjo Safo's apology. Okay, interesting, isn't that so? Electoral consideration won't compromise development goals. This is coming from the finance minister. And also on the front page of the Daily Guide, Reform UN Security Council by the President of the land, President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Hisense extends Kotoko partnership. Okay, I'm sure the sports people will have something to say about this. And Ghana maintains position in FIFA ranking. I'm sure I'll do a little digging into the story to see where we are. Bellingham was born to play for real and blame me for Man U defeats. So let's do a little sports into the stories. Okay, now it says the FIFA World Ranking for September 2023 have been unveiled and Black Stars find themselves in familiar position. What is that familiar position? Both globally and in Africa, the team's ranking remain unchanged from the previous release. Globally, the Black Stars retain the 60th place, while in the African context, they hold the 11th position. Well, these rankings mirror the standings the four-time African champions held in July ranking. Well, during the September international break, Ghana's national football team under the guidance of the coach, that is Chris Hughton, participated in 2 matches. They demonstrated their resilience by coming from behind to secure a 2-1 victory over the Central African Republic in the final of the 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifier held in Kumasi. Okay, I'm sure another story we can get into is on the page 6 of the Daily Guide, which says 49 illegal protesters grabbed. Let's quickly see what it says there. Well, I will also get to the middle page to see what is happening in entertainment here on the country. And this one says 9 people have been killed in an attack. No, that is not. This is 9 people killed in Pusiga highway ambush. I'll get it. Well, the one we want to get into is the 49 illegal protesters who have been grabbed. So police arrested 49 Occupy Jubilee House protests, including their leaders in Accra yesterday, accusing them of unlawful assembly and violating Public Order Act. Despite police warning, hundreds of red and black clad protesters congregated near the Jubilee House, the seat of the government, and the 37 military hospital area to demand that the government cut the cost of living and improve the governance. The arrest was made as a result of the flagrant disregard of the court processions served on the organizers of the demonstration, Democracy Hub, which sought to prevent them from embarking on a planned protest within the vicinity of the Jubilee House from Thursday, September 21 to Saturday, September 23, 2023. In a statement, that is Superintendent Juliana Obeng said all the 49 suspected have been detained in the police custody, assisting in the investigation. Meanwhile, the police have denied reports that a journalist with the BBC and his cameraman were arrested. Okay, so there are rumors that a journalist from BBC was arrested, but police have denied the reports per the story I'm going through here. A statement released by the police said the police would like to put on the record that the report is false and should be disregarded. The facts are that in dispersing the illegal demonstrators, a group of them were picked up and sent to the police station during their screening process. 2 persons identified themselves as journalists and were immediately allowed to go. That is what the story says. Is that what the real case was on the ground? Well, that is in the Daily Guide, and you can also get, a copy of it and just go through to see what it says in there. Let's get onto the front page of the Times. But please make sure that you are joining us via the Zoom link on your TV screens, or probably you already know the Zoom link. So just click on it and join us. And then you also have your say on all the headlines that I'm touching on. You are still on Prime Morning on Joy Prime, the only channel giving you ultimate experience. Now on Times, on the front page of Times, it says, let's reform UN Security Council to conform to current global trends, President urges world leaders. Again, it is also captured here that Occupy Jubilee House protests, police clash with protesters, 49 arrested. Reflect on development agenda of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah on the page 13 of the Ghanaian Times, and take communications agenda setting seriously. This is coming from Minister of Information, Kojo Nkrumah. And on the back page, we have 937 Apollo infections recorded in 4 regions. I'm sure Accra is part because I've seen a few people with Apollo. So if Accra is not part, then they have to redo this thing. And police prevent anarchy at Amansi West District Assembly. Okay, that is on the front page of Times and also the back page. Now let's get into the Finder. I'm gradually getting to where I'll be taking your views. So if you're ready, we're just about wrapping up with the papers, and then you tell me which of the top stories you will want to share your views on. It says Cabinet takes MDAs to be at forefront of public discourse. It is on the page 8 of the Finder. And Europe allies must repay sacrifices Africans made at the Second World War. President Akufo-Addo is the one saying this. And Africa's inclusion in the G20 will speed up progress. It's coming from Mufriata. The story is on the page 9 of the Finder. And police arrest 49 suspects for unlawful assembly is also on the page 4. It's also captured here. Well, there's actually nothing on the back page of the Finder. Let's check out ABC news. Government to prioritize agenda setting. That is coming from Opan Nkrumah. And 6 illegal miners jailed 120 years in Takwa. That is a beautiful thing, at least to deter others from doing same. Bamia gives opposition NDC sleepless nights. International communities must support efforts to resolve Africa's conflict. That is coming from President of the land, President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Now, I think I'm done with the papers here, or should we dig into, let's get into government to prioritize agenda settings. Ministries, departments, and and agencies, that is the MDAs across the country, have been in structure to patronize the involvement of agenda setting in government communications, according to the Information Minister, that is Honorable Kojo Nkrumah. Well, the Cabinet's directive aims at refine and optimize government communication strategies in alignment with a broader reform initiative aimed at streamlining government communications to the public. Let's continue from the page 3 of this. It sounds interesting, a bit interesting. Says Mr. Nkrumah conveyed this directive during his public lecture titled "A Legal Framework for Communicating Governance," which took place at the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, that is at GIMPA, on Wednesday, September 20, 2023. He stated that certain sections of the current legal framework which facilitate the communication of governance are characterized by ambiguity. He explained that these uncertainties within the law often lead to misunderstandings when conveying governance principles. Consequently, he emphasized the urgent need to amend these legal sections to provide clarity, which will, in turn, support the government in its communication efforts. Well, those are at least the first 2 paragraphs of the story, and she joins me online. Well, she joins me here, but we'll get to that. Let's see if we have some people on Zoom to also share your thoughts on some of the headlines that we have here, and we're done with all the papers, yes. So we got into ABC News, Daily Graphic, Daily Guide, Times, and The Finder. Well, one story that is of a lot of interest is the police clashing with the protesters and arrested 49 people. Well, the story I read emphatically says that the BBC reporter and cameraman that is purported to have been arrested is not true. At least that is the communique released by the police. I told you I was going to get to her, right? Yeah, she's here. She's an all black and beautiful African princess. Cedar, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning.
Ooh. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm excited this morning because, yesterday was my dad's birthday.
Okay.
Today's my mother's birthday.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And when is your birthday?
Mine is in May.
And what's your boyfriend's birthday?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So
if you want to link me up.
May what?
24th.
I know a guy who's May 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just your spec.
Oiska.
He's your spec.
Oiska.
He's your spec. Okay. I know your spec.
You know my spec?
Yeah, no matter how tall or short, the person has to be rich.
Really? Hi guys, good morning everybody. The newspapers are reporting a lot, but one major story that is trending in almost all the newspapers is the Occupy Jolobi House demonstration that happened, regardless of the injunction that came out from courts in relation to Ghana police not Ghana police stopping the demonstration from happening. And regardless of that, they still went ahead and went on the demonstration, and some persons were mishandled, arrested. A media personality, Bridget Otu, she was seriously manhandled.
Okay, well, hold on. Yeah. I think we have Abdullah on Zoom right now. Let's talk to Abdullah. Hello, Abdullah. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Abdullah.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Where are you Zooming us from?
I'm calling from Bolaga, Sawaba.
Okay, which of the stories would you want to touch on?
So, okay, I would like to touch on the demonstration and also the headline that says that I have no beef with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay, that is from Kennedy, Japan, which happens to be on the front page of Daily Guide. Well, go on, please. Go on.
So first, happy birthday to your co-host, father.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you,
Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you.
Yeah. So yesterday we spoke briefly about this issue of police, placing injunction on demonstrators. And I was just trying to say that it's always good they provide security and then they advise the people. But to be the one stopping people from expressing their view is not the best. It sends a wrong signal at the government of the day, because as it is, if you look at the discussion after the police try stopping the demonstrators from doing their legal, right, it looks as if like people are thinking that it's the government that is doing this, and that's because the police they have to act professionally. To be honest, we are not happy about it as a government. It is not a good signal to do. If today, let's say the current government is in opposition and then a different government is in power and there's supposed to be a demonstration, I happen to join inside and a policeman stopped me from doing what is right, definitely I will not be happy. So I'm not happy about it.
Okay.
Well, you said you wanted to touch on I have no beef with Bawumia. That is coming from Kennedy, Japan.
Yes, I think it's a very good thing for Canada, Japan to clear the air, because it looks as if our opponents are trying to create a rift between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the Honorable Kennedy Japan for their own interests. These are two big lions who are going for battle. And so if there is peace between them, it's going to bring, that kind of cohesion we need going forward in the 2024 election. And so I think for Kennedy to come out and do it or say it clear for every Ghanaian to hear, especially the NDC guys, I don't have any beef with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They should know it's only an internal contest. They are going after we elect the flag bearer. Whoever wins in this case, we need each other together to break the eight. Breaking the eight is something that we must do to help Ghana, because MPP government has definitely done a lot for this country, and there's a lot that can be achieved with us breaking the eight.
Abdullah, thank you very much for joining us on Zoom.
Thank you.
Well, that was Abdullah all the way from the northern region. I don't know what you also want to touch on all the stories that we have been going through here on the.
Are you done with all the newspapers?
Well, yes, we have touched on all the newspapers.
Okay.
And let's see who is also joining us via Zoom. I know that there are a lot of people on Zoom, but yes. You're on about the 49 arrest.
Yes, I was. So yesterday, like I was saying, Bridget Soto was trending on social media because she was seriously manhandled together with her husband.
She was very furious.
Very, very furious. Very, very furious. And it broke my heart. I saw the video of how she was being pulled into. She was literally dragged into the police station, the headquarters, and it was very, very alarming to see that a woman was manhandled in like that manner. Her top was torn.
Hold on,
the shirt was torn.
Hold on, I've seen a Galaxy
S9.
S9.
See, okay, so this gentleman, right? This gentleman has been joining anytime we call for people to join on Zoom. Yeah. But you don't want to change your Zoom name from Galaxy S9. I don't know why you are doing that. Just change it for us to easily tell your name that, okay, this is this person, and that's it.
Don't worry.
Okay?
Hi, how are you doing?
I will.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm great. What is your name?
My name is Yusuf, calling from Obuasi.
Okay.
Yusuf, please speak up for us.
Speak up, man. Speak up. We can hardly hear you.
Okay, sure.
Good. Which of the stories would you want to touch on?
I want to touch on the demonstration. Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Okay. I think it's very devastating to see how people are being silenced and then arrested, all because they just want to exercise their democratic rights. by just protesting about the high level of corruption in the Akufo-Addo government and also the current state of the economy. It's very devastating, you see. And this third person, Akufo-Addo, is known to have led the biggest demonstration in Ghana. That's the Kumipreku demonstration. So is this the democracy that we are building? Such a deliberate attempt, to destroy the democracy of our country. It's very devastating, yeah.
Yusuf, you should have left your mother to be. Is that your dad also in the back? Hello, good morning to them.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Thank you so much.
I think the government should really look at this very well because the government right now, he led one of the biggest demonstrations.
Yes.
In his administration, people are demonstrating and yet people being arrested. It's not very good at all. It seems they want to, destroy the democracy of our country. Yeah.
Okay. Yusuf, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just last night, I was having a conversation with someone, and the person, came up with this, that the sitting president led one of the biggest demonstrations in Ghana.
And that picture is actually trending.
Yes, it's trending.
Yeah.
It's trending
on social media.
The person sent it to me when we were talking about the 49 arrest, and the person sent me the picture and was like, this is what the president did. So he should also let people be free. That he doesn't even see why the court had to place an injunction on this particular demonstration. But yesterday it was not a good sight with. It was not a good sight with what happened to Bridget Otu.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was very. She wasn't the only one.
Yes.
There were some other women who were also mishandled by the police. Very, very alarming. And so it is Ghana police that is stopping the demonstration. And so
it has nothing to do with the government anyways.
It has nothing to do with President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. So please, when you are talking about it, let's leave the president out of this, because it is Ghana Police Service that requested for that injunction to be placed on the demonstration. You understand? And so,
but why though? I wish we would get someone to explain to us why.
Yesterday, I was saying that I think that to avoid, because you can't tell the uncertainties. Anything can happen at any time. You understand me? And so sometimes when you are going on demonstrations, because you don't want to interrupt the kind of peace that people are having. You don't want to,
But that's where the police.
To avoid
that's where
violence
the police is to
in the
guide
first
you.
place. Just to avoid violence.
Well, Nuding is on Zoom. Zip it.
It's not going to happen.
What is not going to happen? Nuding, good morning. How are you doing?
Our producer just told us something.
Nuding, you are my focus. No distraction will come my way. Nuding, please kindly unmute, all right? Because probably you have not unmuted. That's why we're not hearing you. And bring the phone down so that we can actually see you well. Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. We are super excited. We are going to have some food in a serious house because today is the father's birthday.
No, my mother's.
Hey, the mother's birthday.
Happy birthday to your father.
Oh.
And my mother. My mother is today.
Yesterday was the father. Today is the mother.
Okay, happy birthday to the father.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Where are you zooming us from, Nuding?
From Bulinga.
From Hooliga. Okay, so which of the stories would you want to... Where is Hooliga at? Exactly.
Why East?
Why East? Oh, okay, good. Thank you very much. Which of the stories would you want to touch on this morning?
Yeah, I'm talking of, I have no beef with the vice president.
Okay. I have no beef with Baumia from Kenya, Japan, on the front page of the Daily Guide. Please go on.
Yes. On this call, I will thank Kennedy for coming out with this message.
Okay.
In fact, we are all worried when he started all these things. But we all know these are internal elections, and we must play fair. And if you see that the vice president has no beef with anybody, he's going on with his campaign, he's even telling his supporters not to even react to any other insults. So we are all in the belief that Kennedy should also play fair, so that this after all, one of them will win. And definitely when the vice president wins, he will come and support. So that's what I want to contribute.
Okay.
My second contribution will be on the demonstration.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, the demonstration, the president is not using the police to stop anybody from demonstrating.
Yeah, we've clarified that actually. We've clarified that.
Yeah.
That is not coming from the president.
Yeah. Yes. Demonstrations are done on the major highways and roads, and you present your petition to the right authorities. But you don't take demonstrations into a security zones.
Yeah.
And thinking that the police will allow you to sit inside the flash house or the Jubilee House for more than 3 days. And these days we all know what is happening in the sub-region. And yes, you have your right to demonstrate, but people can infiltrate into the demonstration, and anything can happen.
That's true.
So if you want to present a petition, yeah, you can present it maybe some kilometers away from the Jubilee House. People will come out and pick your petition, but not inside the Jubilee House. That's the point. And they haven't given to demonstration Jubilee House. Me, I don't understand you, but
it's gone. It's gone. It's not chi.
It's gone.
Yes, it's gone. Okay.
Jubilee? Yes. So I think we are the youth who must at least we have the right to demonstrate, and we must demonstrate on good cause.
Okay.
Yes, the country we are all, even the president himself have agreed that yes, there are problems with the economy.
Yeah.
And they are working hard for us to come out from those. So if we want to demonstrate, to also share our concern, we must do it on the right distance so that nobody will harass you. The police should do the right thing. Yes, the police has an injunction. And we must also obey. Any day that we have to receive come and the court gives you the go ahead. You can go out and demonstrate.
Very
but
true.
you can also follow the rule because the police is also doing the right thing. So that's my contribution.
Well,
okay, Nuruddin, thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
That is so true. I mean, I think that the question you asked earlier about the reason behind the police trying to stop this demonstration, I think Nuruddin has given us the answer. And so thank you, Nuruddin, for your contribution. Now let's move on to the next person on. Elikem, kindly unmute so we talk to you.
Good.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Elikem. How are you doing?
To you.
I'm very good.
Right.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Where are you zooming us from?
I'm speaking from Kukum.
Kukum. Where is that?
In the Ahafo region.
Okay. Which of the stories would you want to touch on?
The police conduct of the peaceful
protesters. Okay. Please go.
Yes, in the first place, let me put on record that the protesters did not say they were going to demonstrate in the Flagstaff House or in the Jubilee House. They were going to protest by just gathering over there. And if we are told that that place is a security zone, are these people aware that in 2016, when the Red Friday, Occupy Ghana, and what have you, did their demonstrations, it was so peaceful, they were tolerated and were allowed to the extent that they sat in front of the Jubilee House and even held their laptops on their laps and could do all what they did. And what exactly means that they place such a security zone that people protesting there makes it a threat? We use that place every now and then. People walk there every now and then. And let me also say, one of your, the lady in the studio said that people should not blame the president for it. And I'm sorry. The bus stops at the president's door. The vice president is the chairman of the police council. And when matters of this nature come up, the IGP or whoever does not just take decisions in isolation. And therefore, when you are also educating your viewers, you should have the facts right and make it so clear. It would be entirely wrong to say that they cannot in any way blame the president, but rather put it only at the door of the police. The police, and it has become very evident, having we seen the communication, the posturing of the people in power, that seem to be in tandem with the conduct of the police. And you see, to the extent that there were even people granting interviews, live interviews on TV, and they were whisked away for no crime committed. This is our democracy at its peril. And even you in the media must be very critical without treating this with velvet gloves, because tomorrow remains unknown. And if you want to guard the people, a nation that is youthful as Ghana, there's instant coffee being served all over Ghana and all over Africa now, called Who? We do not expect to see that in Ghana because we have grown beyond that. But if you continue to suppress the people to exercise even their rights, you do not know what they will plan to do tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Alikem, for your contribution. Thank you very much. Do we have another person joining us via Zoom?
And just so we clarify, Alikem is the NDC Youth Communication Director.
Youth organizer.
Youth organizer.
Yeah.
Okay, youth organizer. That is Alikem, who we just spoke with. I don't know who else we have on Zoom that will also want to share his thoughts. But then again, we can still go on with...
Yeah, so please join us via Zoom.
Yeah.
We want you to be a part of the conversation. So please, the password and the name is on there, is on your screens currently. So pick it up, join us via Zoom. You can share your thoughts. Yesterday, I know that definitely you chanced on the stories in relation to the Akufo-Addo house demonstration. So you can share that with us, and any other story that IB read from the various newspapers.
But it looks like the 49 arrest is topical.
Yeah.
Yes, that is all what people want to talk about. Well, you can't follow them because it has been trending on social media. We've seen the videos. If the videos had not been on social media, I'm not sure it would have been of so much interest for Zoomers like that. And the pictures and the videos were not in good taste at all. Just like my colleague Sadio was saying, yes, there was a video of Bridget Otto being whisked into the premise of the police headquarters, and then the gate was closed. The gate was closed. From the video I have seen, the gate was closed, so I don't know what was going to happen to them in there. But at least this morning, the communique issued by the police states that there has no been arresting of any BBC journalist together with the camera person. That is false. So at least that's what we've gotten. But the rest of the people, we do not know about that. Yesterday in the video, Bridget Otto's husband was very furious and I mean, just ranting.
Some of the protesters that were actually pulled into the building actually came out later to say that their phones were taken from them. Yes. Even after they were released or they were set free,
their phones had not been released.
They had not been released to them, which is very, very sad. Anyway, so we have another one on the line. Abdul, how are you doing? Nafiu. I hope.
Abdul, if you can unmute yourself, we can hear you.
Actually.
And then bring the camera down. Abdul, just unmute yourself and bring the camera down so that we can see you well and have a beautiful conversation with you. Well, we have another Zoomer on who is topless, so please go and find a top
Abdul, we don't mean you should.
No, Abdul.
Not the ceiling.
We want to see your face.
Right.
Okay. So this is the topless person I was talking about.
Lim, we want you to please put on the shirt. We'll be very elated if you do that.
Lim,
yes, please put on the shirt.
Put on the top. All right. Okay. It's too early in the morning. There are lots of people watching, and you can't do this to them. Lim, we're talking to you, so please, if you can find something to put on. Yes. Well, Zoom is still active. I mean, just be on Zoom, call us, and tell us which of the topics or the stories you want to touch on. Has Lim been able to put on anything? Well, okay. Well, Abdul, we're sorry. You just need to unmute yourself and position the camera correctly so that we can see you. And Lim, you also need to put on something. We are hard pressed for time. If you're not able to do these things, Abdul and Lim, I'm not sure we can pick you, but nonetheless, we just want to have a conversation with someone, anybody at all on Zoom, to get to know which of the stories you will want to share your opinion on. So this morning we've been on Daily Guide, we've been on the ABC News, The Finder, Daily Graphic and Times, and interesting stories, but one that is always standing out through all our Zoomers is the 49 arrests made by the police and the Jolobi demonstration. As a lot of people have had something to say, especially so on social media. You should just go through the comments, very interesting comments beneath the videos that have been trending on social media and how the police are manhandling even journalists and reporters. You'll see someone talking and then the next minute the person is being snatched into the compound of the police headquarters by a police officer. That is what seemed to be the most interesting story for discourse this morning with our Zoomers, but we've had other.
You know,
other
I'm spotting Techno Spark, but we can't see your face. Your room is too dark.
Techno Spark 5 Pro. Wow. Is it that there are no lights in your room, or you've decided to turn off the lights? What's happening? What's happening in there? What is it? No lights, or you have power with ECG? Okay. Well, unfortunately, we can't pick any more callers, and this as well we'll have to wrap up on the stories that have made headlines in Newsflash. I don't know if you want to. I mean, if you have an interest in the stories that you would have wanted to throw some light on.
No, I think the only
Nothing?
story that highlighted all the stories in the newspapers is the demonstration, and so I've said what I have to say.
You have to say.
But I think that at the end of the day, the police are probably just trying to make this serve as a deterrent to people, that when we say something, you need to obey. And that is all that they are calling for, that this is what we wanted, this is what we stated, and so you just need to obey. But then people decided to go contrary to that, and that is what is causing all this brouhaha that is trending on social media. And so please, this is what we are saying, that it is very imperative that you be law-abiding. If the law states this, you go according to that. We are all trying to have a very peaceful country, enjoy a very peaceful, nation, and we understand the economy is hard, things are hard, things are going on, and like one of the the people who came on Zoom said that the president is aware, he has admitted to some extent, he's aware of the hardship in the country, but I don't know.
It doesn't
At the end of the day, the law stated that, the police stated that you can't go on this demonstration. Should have just abided by it. I know that people would chew me up. Like the way Elikem, the NDC youth organizer, wanted to chew me up. But at the end of the day, the right thing just needs to be done regardless. I've said it.
If the law does not hold you by either your shirt or your hand, you might think laws do not work. But laws do work in this country. Yeah,
they do work, and nobody's above it.
Nobody's above the law.
Nobody's above the law.
Let's learn to be law-abiding in this country. So, I don't know if we can...
we have some comments that we have to read. So, some of you who couldn't join us on Zoom decided to share your comments through texts. And so, thank you to every single person that joined us on Zoom. And also anytime we call on you, media. You guys are just amazing. So we have our regular Daniel Akpaliok. Good morning to you, Daniel. So he said the decision of the police to keep securing injunctions against demonstration is not only worrying but a recipe for disaster. If people are prevented from conveying their displeasure through demonstrations, they will certainly devise other means to do so, which may not be healthy for the well-being of our country. The police should be reminded that we are in a democratic country. Thank you very much, Daniel Akpaliok from Sandima. Okay, Daniel again says the police have not properly invoked the jurisdiction of the courts to injunct this protest. The decision to arrest the protesters is unlawful and a clear violation of the constitutional rights of these protesters. This government has supervised a lot of impunity, and the earlier we put a stop to this, the better for our democracy. Thank you once again to Daniel Akpaliok. Good morning, Mr. Host. In fact, I always become irritated when I hear members of the MPP come out to say that they are breaking the 8 to continue with their good works. Are they actually living on this planet with the rest of us? Time will tell. From Prosper Pecky. Okay, thank you. You people are afraid of arrest there. So under whose regime is all this happening to your fellow journalists? It's very devastating to see how people are being silenced and arrested because they just want to demonstrate, to express their dissatisfaction in the current state of the economy and the high level of corruption in the Akufo-Addo-led administration. Is this the democracy we are building? Meanwhile, the said person, Akufo-Addo, led the biggest demonstration in GH, thus the Kumipreko demonstration. Such a deliberate attempt to destroy the democracy of our country. Thank you so much for your messages. The show has just begun, so continue getting interactive with us on all our social media platforms. You can go on Facebook. It is Joy Prime, don't add the TV. our WhatsApp line too is very, very active, so you can start sending in your messages. Like I said earlier, today's my mother's birthday.
And yesterday was her father's birthday. It trended. So today, the mother's birthday is also going to trend a lot. Well, we are just about to enter what is trending. That is going to be after this breather.